This is DJ 745 for Whirler Reggae, live on Crystal Beach in Hellshire, alongside a very, very talented and somewhat underrated singer and songwriter. Mackeehan, welcome.
Blessings. Give thanks for having I and I too, you know? Yeah.
What a beautiful day we're having today.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not living in Jamaica, or if you're living in Jamaica, sometimes you don't appreciate it as much. But it's just beautiful. The breeze is right, the sun is at the right heat, so everything just come together properly. Yeah.
So tell the viewers, what have you been doing so far this morning?
You know, sir, get some work done earlier because I had an interview with some people from Africa, which is good because anytime you find somebody somewhere new showing love to your music, it's a beautiful thing. And then we link up with my brother in Talman, and we're there now. Come link with the item, come all the vibes on the beach side. Yeah.
Well, look, I first became aware of your music probably around about 2015 or 16 with this wonderful song called Ja Army. And you know, that song resonates so much with my children. They love that rhythm, they love the song as well. So we need to go straight into it. So this is my first introduction to Mackeehan, Ja Army. Let's talk about Ja Army.
Yeah, well, Ja Army is a song that was produced by me and a virgin called Frankie Music, you know. And I think that was more of the first introduction to Frankie music also in Europe when the compilation came out. But I made a song I made a track for a song that I had in my head for a while. In 2010, that track was called Ja Army. The song was called Ja Army, so I made a track for that. After making the track and we link up with Frankie now, I introduced him to the track and he really liked it. And he was like, yo, we should do this song. Then Raging Fire came in and they wanted to do a song for Frankie. And that was the track that he sent to them. So the Raging Fire came out, I think it's like 2 years before mine. Yeah, about 2 years, 2013. Yeah, it came out. Ja Army. It was Ja Glory. Don't worry, my people, don't you ever forget. That was the song that came out first, so most people knew the song and the track from Ja Glory days. So when this song came out, which was the first chance I got to do some real roots music, you know, I always have to try to write songs for other people, so sometimes the music is not what I really want to do. So I got the opportunity to do some roots music. And
something that you feel from the heart, right?
Yeah, man. This was the first chance I got to sing what I wanted to sing. And when I did that, that was what came forth in Ja Army, you know?
Yeah. I mean, to me, it seems like, that was my first introduction to Frankie music. Yeah. He seems to be like a producer that's kind of like doing some really good things right now, and not just now, but since the time of Ja Army and Ja Glory. Yeah, and in all honesty, even before that, because really and truly, he was doing songs with Christopher Martin back in the days also, still doing good songs, but you don't know, every day out of Jamaica, you get at least 15 to 20,000 songs. So as a DJ, sometimes a lot of music might get fall along the way and somebody come introduce it to. I remember the first time I introduced Samurai to some DJs in Jamaica and they were shocked at how good his music was. Okay.
But like, I knew his songs forever. So I know that some of the time when you do music, when you send it out, it might not get to the item as fast as you would want it to. But in all honesty, he has been doing good music for a while. So it was just that the same time my music was introduced to Europe, I think that was when it came with him, because everything else I've done since then has been with Frankie music.
Yeah.
Is it?
I mean, as an artist and a writer, do you see that there is almost like two different playing fields as far as the music that's being made out of Jamaica, whether or not it attracts attention from the worldwide overseas market or the local market?
I think it attracts the overseas market more. Okay. Yeah, I do. But there's something about the culture and everything that Jamaican people do that is kind of people gravitate to. So even at times when we're not reaching the local mass, the music is connected overseas way more.
I mean, for me, I feel that the roots music is what the overseas market is really kind of like attracted to, like a magnet, and that's the kind of music you're making, right?
Yeah, that is my kind of music. Even before I got a chance to do music for myself. Even when I was writing, that was just all I think about. Roots music. Roots music have an energy, and understand why the people overseas connect with it so much, because it put you in a smooth space that the bass is right and how roots music is played. So that was always the first love, and I'm like, yeah man, these are the kind of music I feel people like outside of Jamaica, and that is what I want to do.
Right. I mean, you know, after hearing Jat Army, I'm thinking of songs like Miss You Bad, Shine Eye Girl, the big combination with Siobhan, My Way.
My Way is my favorite song.
Okay.
That is my favorite song. It's because of the message. It's a family member that I lost, and I wrote the song for her son. So My Way has a lot of connection to me, and that is why I love that song the most. But the My Way song with Siobhan is one of the songs that people love to listen to. You know, the message is nice.
I mean, some of these songs that we're talking about, they were all compiled together on Heart's Music. Heart Music,
Mackeehan Art Music. That was the first EP I put out that in 2015. That was the same time. Yeah. So yeah, from that, well, we got some good songs from that EP. Shine Eye Girl is a favorite of like everyone. And it's the weirdest thing, I've never performed that song before.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I just always think it's just a nice song, but I never know how much it connect outside of Jamaica. Yeah, but the crowd really like Shine Eye Girl, man.
Okay.
You see me? But the EP overall though, My Way was a really strong song for me here also. And Miss You Bad was the strongest song I had at that point. So Miss You Bad went well. My Way was really good, and Army was like the big song, and the EP, you know. And we got Shine Eye Girl plus, you know. Yeah.
So I want you to connect with the viewers now. So tell us about growing up. Where did you grow up in Jamaica?
Alright, I born and grow in one place called Cassava Piece. So most people would now recognize it as Gully Side because of Movado, because of David Brooks. Me and him grew together. We're from the same community. So yeah, I grew up at Cassava Piece, aka the Gully Side. Yeah. And while I was there, I mean, to say sufferation was there would be to understate what was really going on, you know. But there was always this thing with the community that they help each other. So if you know one spot, there was always somebody you could call on. Yeah, so there was not a lot of options for me as a youth going forward, because I never really have the education that would be needed to work in a bank, you know. So some of the times when you grow up and you know and get on, this is all you know, you just get comfortable, feel like, well, this is where you're supposed to just stay. After a while, if your energy is always pushing you, you will get up and start make some decisions like, I wonder what would it look like over that side. I've never been there before. And that is when you start push yourself to see that you are limitless. So I started doing that when I started listening to music. That was the first thing. My brother was a sound man, so I used to sleep out at night, and go to dance. I used to go to the dance and listen to my brother, and then in the morning I can't go home because my mother go beat me. And I'm supposed to be out. You're 14-year-old, you're supposed to be in bed.
Right, okay.
But that was the love of music. I didn't know that I was a singer, I just knew that I love music, you know. And while in a Cassava Piece, I've discovered that I could have played guitar. Went to Edna Manley after a few years, and I am there right now. Yeah.
I mean, Edna Manley, that must have been a very significant part or an influence in you as a person.
Yeah, it is. The music that I learned there was vast. There was a lot of things to get there. Not only reggae music. People don't teach you reggae in Jamaica. That is a thing that you're born knowing. You see me? You just know reggae music. But I had to learn like jazz and pop music, anything that is popular.
Okay.
And sometimes I infuse that in some other songs that I would write for somebody else. Like I wrote a song called Warrior Love for Etana. Yeah, and when I wrote that song, we infused the different kind of beats to write Warrior Love, because I learned them things in a school, so that was what the school did for me. The roots was always here. It's just how to mess with the roots and bring some other things to it to create a different kind of viewpoint for people. That is what the most I got at Edna Manley. Yeah.
I mean, when you talk about this song Warrior Love for Etana, that's probably one of her big hit singles when she was first starting out, Wrong Address and things. And you come across very, very humble because, you know, I don't think many people that are watching today would actually realise that you are the person that wrote that song.
And the thing is, it's just a conversation we have why it come out, you know, because it's not a thing that I talk about a lot. So in the conversation, I try to suggest why my music would have a different sound, and it happens that we start talking about the Etana song. But that is how I am still. I feel like this is the only thing that Jah has really blessed me with, and I feel like every time I use it, it's supposed to bring joy. So even when me write songs for people, and even for me, it's just that I know that I'm doing this for the right reason. So that's why most of the times I don't even talk about stuff, because really and truly I'm not doing it to get any glory from anyone, or I'm not doing it for fame either. Right. I'm really doing the music for the love of music. So I really don't talk about it a lot. There's so much things that has done that has been going on in music that I somehow had some little part or something for, to do with it, and it's just something we just always say. I give thanks for the experience. I give thanks that I could help you to meet him. I give thanks I could write a song for you. As much as you are thankful for me to write a song for you, I am thankful also because I know that this is necessary. This is how the creator need the information to be passed from one person to the other. Yeah.
What kind of age were you when you first started or first realized that you had a skill in writing?
Oh boy. I mean, it was, me start college late, because as I said, me never really know what was going to happen in life. So by the time I realized I could go college, I was old. Okay. I start college about 25, 26. So
that's like what, a year or two ago, right?
Yeah, about 2 years ago, that one. Yeah. So me start college about 26 now, and is when me start college, because I always trying to play the guitar and play the drums. So I went to school saying that I would have been a drummer, going to study drums. Yeah. And in my second year, at the end of the first year, the teacher, they had some final year shows. There's a band called C Sharp. Alright. So they have some final year show, and they asked me to come perform as the singer. And I sang 2 songs at the show, and the teacher was saying, "What you doing playing drums in the school? You should be in the in the vocal class." So I switched my major. And when I switched my major, I started writing songs. And I used to write instead of, now I just meditate, but before I used to write words and then sing it. So then I could have got real deep because I used to write too deep. And then I met Dwayne Stevenson, and him say, "Yo, this is how you'd approach writing." I start listening to him, learned a little bit more about approaching writing, and at one point we just never necessarily write anymore, because it's like you hear everything. Vibes. You hear everything is in there. Instead of write it down, just sing it. So when I start writing, he was the same one that introduced me to write a song for Jack Ure. Okay. This is how now I became a writer in my head, because writing for myself is easy, but when you're writing for other people and people are saying, then you're saying, "Oh, okay, well, maybe I can do this. Maybe this is a thing that I can do." So when I was introduced to Jack Ure, he asked me to write a song for Jack Ure, and I wrote the song. Before I write the song, I asked him, why you asked me to write a song for Jack Ure? And him say, "You're a good writer." Okay. That was when I knew, okay, well, me I write some good songs for real, because other people seen that. That was it. And from there, wrote the song, came back a few leading on, we did some more songs with Jack Ure, end up writing a really good song for him, which is one of his biggest songs too. You'll Never Find. Yeah, that's one of his biggest songs outside of Jamaica. So we wrote that song for Jack Ure, wrote some more songs for Jack Ure, started writing for Taurus Riley, Luciana, Dwayne Stevenson. Even Samurai. There's so much, and so much more too, in all honesty. Luciana, it's just a thing. That is how this writing thing came about, But I mean, what you have there is such a
it's such a skill or craft that not many people, that talent that people wouldn't really have. I mean, if you were to ask me to write a song right now, I wouldn't know where to start. So you've got a really homegrown talent, and as you said, it's one of those things that either you have it or you don't. You can't try.
Sure. It have to be inside you, man.
Yeah.
And if you can find the energy where you need for open that kind of ability there as a writer, then it's naturally something where you're gonna be very gifted with. Yeah.
I mean, I think that some of the things that you're saying are kind of coming through on the music that we're seeing by you as an artist now, because back in 2018 we had some big singles. There's some big singles. Rock On Come In.
Yeah, Rock On Come In. Yeah, man.
I love the vibes of that song.
The thing is, yeah, me love the vibe of that song. That too it easy upon the ears, and it make you want to move. Yeah. It's just a nice, and the bass line is really what carry the whole vibe of the song. So when I got the chance,
to me that song is kind of like a sponge. It kind of it soaks you in.
Yeah,
you get deeper and deeper.
Yeah, true. Is I just heard that song. Cause when I like on music, I always start the truth. There's a virgin named French. I don't remember his last name. French something. Sing a song named Mother-in-Law. Mother-in-law, mother-in-law, I love your daughter, mother-in-law. I don't remember what's his full name. And I was listening to his beat, and the beat was so nice, and I was like, yo, I want a beat like that. And me send the beat to Dave Kirkledove and tell him to play back the exact that kind of jump set for me.
Okay.
And once he played that jump set, I know what I wanted to do, and I just put the rhythm together, wrote the song. Yeah, just sweet song, man. I love that song, man.
That song's doing really well, and you have the video as well.
Yeah, the video is on one of the website. There's so much people that have that video up, so them can just go online and see the Rock On Come In video. It's a really nice vibe, and it's one of the first. This was the first time I actually decided to, as soon as I put the song out, I wanted the video to be with it at the same time away. Because I feel like a lot of people don't know what I look like. But them hear a lot of songs and them can't really place the person.
Right. Okay.
So this was one of the opportunities that I say, alright, we could use it that way, do it the right way. Yeah.
And then back in 2018, you also had another song, The Herbs. The big combination with Busy. How can we leave that out? That sound.
Yeah. That sound is a big song. When we were writing that song, Busy was the artist that I wanted to be on the track, and when we approached him really did like the vibe, and him do it, and he did very well, So
it's still doing very well.
Yeah, man. Now I'm saying he did very well on the track, so it kind of pushed the song a little bit more, and it is good to have work with artists like that, because it really shows you a different kind of way of writing too, because he's Busy, is a creator when it comes on to words and how he puts stuff together. So I learned a lot just by combining on the same track.
I mean, sometimes I think when you're around someone that's kind of like connected that way, you build a vibe.
Yeah, man. It's like the unison is like in the unison for even a second. So the energy is right, and the music, it comes from each other easier when you know exactly who you're working with and how good that person is.
So I guess that a question that goes through my mind is that you're very busy writing songs for so many other people, working on some of your own work and productions as well. Is this all going to lead towards some kind of EP project or maybe an album?
Yeah, I'm actually working on an EP right now, and it's really just 2 tracks left for finish up. There's a song on it with Siobhan again.
Okay.
And the rest of them are singles. I think I'm gonna put one of the songs them from a previous project that I worked on. I'm bringing it forward, because there's some songs. I feel like some of the times some songs don't get the opportunity to be a big song because of the time that it was released. Like it released before the artist was known, so enough people just never know about that really good song. So I feel like there's this one song that needs to be pushed again. So I'm gonna put that on it, but it's a nice EP, man. Nice EP coming forward. There's also a really good song with me, Filuke, and Siobhan called Josh Soldiers. Look out for that too.
Okay. Yeah. So touring, when we're gonna see you across outside of Jamaica?
All right. What I want to do right now is there's a few people waiting on me to finish up an EP, get it out so that they can start booking some shows for me. So that is good. I just really need to get this EP finished, and maybe like in a summer.
It's coming.
Yeah, in the summer. After the summer, I might be in Europe for a late tour, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to just put on your cold clothes, your warm clothes, and come to some indoor events. You know.
Yeah.
So that is the intention. Get the album, the EP ready, and then try to book the shows in Europe for the latter part of this year.
Okay, well, it's definitely something to look forward to on social media channels and things, just to see what Mackeehan's up to and when he's going to touch out of Jamaica and touch the foreign land.
Sure. Yeah, man, and as always, I like to tell everybody that is listening and playing my music, thanks. You know, you are the people that allow the vehicle that I am driving the road to continue. You know, so it's always a joy to meet and show respect from my side. And we as reggae artists give thanks for the work that you guys are doing, because it is helping a lot of artists here that wouldn't have a medium to really get the music outside of Jamaica. So I give thanks, you see it?
Yeah, man, for real. I mean, one thing I kind of realise and learn every day is that there is so much talent out here in Jamaica. I mean, you're a songwriter. I think there's 100 other songwriters, you know, that people probably do not even know exist.
This is true. I have a brother that is way better than I am. And I'm not just saying that because he is my brother. He was the one that I consistently followed. So everything that he did, I followed and do. So he was a musician before I decided to become a musician. I literally follow my brother. And a lot of people, most people would not know who he is. And I promise you, the day that he is allowed the opportunity, I'm going to blow people's mind. I'm just using my brother as an example. I know million more. We know thousands of people in Jamaica that very talented and just can't get the opportunity to show the talent, because there's so much musicians and artists coming out of Jamaica. That's why we go back to the same thing as we said as before. It's always a joy to know that you guys are outside of Jamaica and trying to find new talent to consistently introduce to the audience outside too. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I think from what we see every time when we come to Jamaica, we know that there is no shortage of talent, and the thing that we find hard sometimes is not having enough time to discover it all.
Yeah, because I know that you can come here for 2 weeks, and within 2 weeks you just sleep like maybe 9 days out of the 2 weeks, because every night you're up and every day you're up, and you still, after all that you do, you go over and you realize that there was so much more we wish we could have done. Yeah, it's the talent pile in Jamaica is so much good artists, singers, dancers just here. If Jamaica, if the country, if this wasn't an island and all of these 2 million people living in like America, all of them would have reached, because they would have so much opportunities, you know. But Jamaica is so small, so the opportunities kind of not as big as would I want it to be. That's why so much artists there and still haven't gotten a chance to, you know, go out yet. Yeah.
It's gonna happen though, for real.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just work. I was one of the artists that never get a chance until the opportunity came my way. So once you see it, you have to grab onto it and run with it. You know, there's an opportunity that is there for everyone. You know, sometimes we make the chance pass way, and sometimes the chance come around again. So it's just that you have to look and you have to be ready.
Right.
Prepare yourself so that when the opportunity comes, you are stepping in it with everything that was needed. You know.
Giving it 100%.
Yeah, man. True.
Okay. Well, look, you know what? We really give thanks for your time today and sharing a little insight into who Mackeehan is as a person, as an artist, and also, of course, a songwriter as well. A message to all the people that have been following your music so far.
Yeah, I give thanks for every single one of the items, Zane. And I'm going to continue to do this kind of music too, because if this is what you hear from me, don't ever feel like I'm going to change for any reason at all. We're going to continue Born Babylon, and we're going to continue sing love songs for the females them. That is it. You know, so we are trying love, and we are trying righteousness, and we are trying fairness for everyone. That's it. Give thanks.
Yeah, man, we give thanks for your time today. One love.
Blessings.